Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Ghetto, run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So justify and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Say Rastafari. War and crime. And do the righteousness. And we love God. And we love God. Jah, Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah, Jah, Jah Rastafari. Save all people. And we love Jah. We love Jah, Jah, Jah Rastafari. We love Jah, Jah, Jah Rastafari. Preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. So just as I and I say, watch your man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I and I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and fight, fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari. Preserve all, and we love Jah, Jah. Me love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Me love Jah Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twink.
Good morning. It is Monday, the 16th of March, day 17 of World War III. We will assess this morning or examine this morning the connected struggle of this globe. We will also go to Black River this morning and look at injustice while we continue to call for justice. And there's a lot of other issues that we will look at this morning. The sentencing of Maitland, the arrest of Narvel Rowe, the continuation of the Cuban medical health workers and the Jamaica health care crisis. Welcome one and all. It has been an up and down weekend. Sorry, I've been absent all weekend, but been taking care of business for my sister. So sorry about that, but we are here this morning and we will be here tonight. So you will have your full package. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bright and sunny, mild weather in the United Kingdom as we speak. However, it is nothing promising because by the time you back here, it could be snow, hailstone, wind, sleet and snow, you name it. Anything is possible in this weather. How no do a globalist? How no do? Like and share the live for us, please. We've got a lot to touch on this morning. We look at the tentacles of the war. We look at our connected struggle. But we are going to go over to Black River this morning. It was the funeral of Leighton Nembhard, a.k.a. Bigga, yesterday. And a speech came from the funeral director, which it must be echoed, and we will get to that this morning. Lynette Jenkins, good morning. How are you? Evan Bradford, good morning. Mr. Uptown, Marcia B. Rowe from the Coptic Country, good morning. Miranda Ruddock, Michael Nepper, Debbie Jervis, Steve V, good morning. Kache, Wagwan, cuz, how you doing? Good morning, good morning. Karen, Wagwan. Laverne, good morning. Ransford Smith, good morning. Andrea Joan Hamilton Wilson, the Easy Jerk World, good morning. Colin, Empress Deb, Jamrock 8766. Good morning, everyone. How no do? We are back in the trenches this morning. Now, if you're not aware of Leighton Nembhard, Bigga, he was murdered, summarily executed by the Black River Police on the 6th of January this year. Yesterday was his funeral. The councillor gave a speech. The MP, which is a friend of Mr. Nembhard, also gave his tribute. Mr. Green's tribute, though, is not the center of attention this morning in relation to the issue of justice. And as Mr. White rightly says, we should not be silenced. And I think it is worthwhile bringing Mr. White's tribute to the global audience and or global TV audience, because Mr. White is someone who I know quite well.
Good evening, everyone.
He was our family funeral director. I say was because we now have someone in our family who is doing funeral directions. However, Mr. White and my family have very good business relation. Someone who I know well, Lorraine morning, Bernice Nicholson morning. And him breaking protocol in his tribute, I know he's hurt. I know he's angry. I know he's very annoyed as well. Mr. White also, I personally know of, have good relationship with the Black River Police. Not so much though the young criminals within the Black River Police or the St. Elizabeth Police at the moment. So I know Mr. White is angry. It is why he broke protocol of a funeral that he's directing to make such a call. Bros, how you do? And I think it is a speech we should bring to the audience because it is something that I believe in. It is something that I have always been calling for. The silence in today's world really bothers me. The silence in today's world, with all the atrocities, all the injustices that has been meted out to us as a people, and the silence surrounding it really bothers me. We should break the silence. There's power in our silence for the abusers. There is power in our silence for the abusers. Maybe when we start to speak out more, maybe it's when we start to make more noise, then the balance of power will shift, isn't it? Let's listen to Mr. White's speech at yesterday's funeral.
Good evening, everyone. Pastor Black, Councillor Salmon, love and respect to the family members. Member of Parliament, Floyd Green. Wonderful speech. I think you should share that with the authorities. Let me just say to you, most of the people come up here a while ago, just speak about bigger than.
Oh, Barbara, how do you do?
But I am saying today, and I'm saying something that you now get from no undertaker. Let me just say it raw. No undertaker like myself. We are facing situation where when these youths growing up in the community, Pastor Black, Brother Daly, they come to you and persons of the community for recommendation. And we hear all of this that they were such a good person.
Yeah,
like
long
bigger
time.
than. But we won't stop have killing like this until we hear from you, the church leaders, the justice of the peace, the members of parliament, the people in the community. And I said this, to be honest, when I came here today, I was like, I won't be saying this because my tribute was, don't be silent. And I won't hold up the time. We have an incident in Santa Cruz this morning. Mr. Green, as a lawmaker, please, I'm asking you on behalf of the youths, when you go parliament, the police still not ready. I was threatened by police this morning in Santa Cruz just by asking, what are your name? What is your name? We need to speak and speak up against these injustice against the youth. If we continue listening all of these, Pastor Black, we're going to see them drive up and take out the youths out of your Sunday school. So we need to speak up. And we have a set of police come from Mandeville. They were so professional. That's why we are here now. Because the two police in the Jeep, they decided that we should not leave there in the way that we wanted. But those guys out there, they are professional. And I am asking you, please, when you leave here, please deal with them with respect. Because we have policemen, and you know it. I won't do it here. But have some respect. And don't be silent. Because it could be you, my brother. It could be your son. It could be your nephew. Rest in peace, bigger than. Justice for bigger than. Okay.
No. Us, the people of St. Elizabeth, of Black River and its surrounding, we are facing a style of policing we're not used to. We're people who used to have very good relationship with our police officers in Black River. There's a set of young criminals in the Jamaica Constabulary Force in Black River who are raping women, who are carrying out extrajudicial execution, who are involved in scamming. I hear a young man call upon the IC to audit the police officers of Black River and to see if their lifestyle and their salary correlates together. There's a set of young criminals, and this is why Patrick White broke protocol, because when Patrick White does tribute at a funeral as a funeral director, it's directed to the family. It's directed to the family's grief. This, though, is directed to government, to the JCF, to the churches, to the community leaders, to the people of the community. That this level of criminality we are seeing from the police, we're not used to it. Of course, everywhere in a Jamaica have them issues and them problem. But the police, them what we seem to be having in our neck of the woods now, they seem to be the crime producers. They're involved in scamming. You remember it was the same Black River police who raped that woman and took her to the cash point to withdraw money, rape and rob a woman. You know, it was the Black River police. They are heavily involved in scamming. They are heavily intertwined with the scammers and all these people, and they're benefiting from them. When a lot of these young police raid scammers, all them do, raid them, take away the money, and that's it. No prosecution, no follow-up. The JCF let loose a set of criminals on us in St. Elizabeth. The way the police, them are police in St. Elizabeth, we don't have that type of behavior. Yes, we do have crime down there. Yes, the gang tentacles of Westmoreland and St. James seem to be spreading our way as well. But the type of policing, the type of heavy-handed policing, the type of crime production policing that we are experiencing, it doesn't reflect the various communities of St. Elizabeth. Maybe one and two, but the broad majority of peaceful communities that these police are go on a try to turn these youth into gangsters and forget to kill them or agitate them in a way. There's something going on in St. Elizabeth, which I don't know. But I'm gonna play Patrick White one more time before we move on, because all of us have a role to play. All of us share the blame of silence while our country deteriorates. All of us. All of us shares a part of the blame of silence that allows this behavior. Violet Watson, how you do? To continue amongst us, whether it be by the criminals, the illegal criminals, or the so-called legal criminals. But with society a breakdown, my peeps, with community a breakdown, and if we don't take a stand, all of us are going to end up in garrisons. all of us are going to end up in socially deprived garrisons where it becomes a battle between us and the gunman, us and the police. This is why people like Patrick White is calling for people to take a stand. People like Patrick White them is tired of burying young boys, especially those killed innocently by our so-called protect and servers. Not many funeral director would make this call because them sissy we youth them life are go just so by these people who are meant to serve and protect them, killing them in cold blood, extrajudicial execution.
Good evening, everyone. Pastor Black, Councillor Salmon, love and respect to the family members. Member of Parliament, Floyd Green. Wonderful speech. I think you should share that with the authorities. Let me just say to you, most of the people come up here a while ago, just speak about Bigga than how good he was. But I am saying today, and I'm saying something that you now get from no undertaker. Let me just say it raw. No undertaker like myself. We are facing situation where when these youths growing up in the community, Pastor Black, Brother Daly, they come to you and persons of the community for recommendation. And we hear all of this, that they were such a good person, like Bigga than. But we won't stop have killing like this until we hear from you, the church leaders, the justice of the peace, the members of parliament, the people in the community. And I said this, to be honest, when I came here today, I was like, I won't be saying this because my tribute was, don't be silent. And I won't hold up the time. We have an incident in Santa Cruz this morning. Mr. Green, as a lawmaker, please, I'm asking you on behalf of the youths, when you go parliament, the police still not ready. I was threatened by police this morning in Santa Cruz just by asking, what are your name? What is your name? We need to speak and speak up against these injustice against the youth. If we continue listening all of these, Pastor Black, we're going to see them drive up and take out the youths out of the Sunday school. So we need to speak up. And we have a set of police come from Mandeville. They were so professional. That's why we are here now. Because the two police in the Jeep, they decided that we should not leave there in the way that we wanted. But those guys out there, they are professional. And I am asking you, please, when you leave here, please deal with them with respect, because we have policemen, and you know it. I won't do it here. But have some respect. And don't be silent, because it could be you, my brother. It could be your son. It could be your nephew. Rest in peace, Bigga than. Justice for Bigga than. Thank you.
Now, breaking the silence. Karen, what I encourage St. Elizabeth people to do and Jamaica people to do, we have to have a way how we fight this war. We used to face, and still does, the similar experience of police and young black boys in the United Kingdom. But even before police start wear body camera, we use our phones to contain them when them dep on a scene carrying out them behavior, like them stop a young black boy or a group of young black boys on the street. We surround them with our cameras. Not only with our cameras, we surround them to make sure them know that the public is observing you. The public is not turning a blind eye to your behavior or your misbehavior. What I would encourage people to do, and have always been saying this, Jamaica people, use your phones against this rogue police. When you not see them out a road, enough people does, but we need to do it more. Everybody needs to jaw them phone and a video. Let them commit the crime on camera if they will. We have to devise ways of us fighting against oppression and pushing back. Fear and silence is the worst, the two worst things you can deploy in oppression and barbarism. Because what the fear and the silence does, it puts you in a shell while it gives power to the abuser. So what we need is first unity. Unity. I keep saying this. We need to drop these churches and form community groups and community organizations where we meet regularly and discuss the issues that we face, devise ways of how we tackle them. But we cannot deal with this issue because, remember, the government and its security apparatus is united against us. You must bear that in mind. The government and its security apparatus is united against us. We, on the other hand, seem to be splintered in all areas and all sorts. Areas, community, views, beliefs, we're splintered. Political tribalism is a thing that locked us in also to these oppressive, barbaric behavior. Because when the JLP government is directing the policies, JLP tend to be quiet to the crimes or give support to them. Vice versa, if it's the PNP government, the supporters of the PNP is silent to the crime of the PNP-led security service or gives approval to them. We as a people, with our political tribalism, we still cross the board face oppression from the security services. The security services necessarily, unless directed by their politician or having their political motive, does not differentiate JLP or PNP when they're carrying out, Joan Brown, these crimes against us. Amidst our splintered differences, there is a thing that we don't understand as a people. Unity around a common cause. What does that mean? With the splinters of differences amongst us, religion, politics, cultural, social, class, color, you name the different pigeons holes that we get put into. How uniting around a common cause really works. Oppression or criminality from the security service, we normally get it in a cross border. May not touch some of the classes up there, but below the class, everybody else seem to get a whip of it. Now, that's what uniting around a common cause is. All of us experience the same or a similar unacceptable behavior from the security services. Amidst our political differences, religion, color, class, and everything what we put as barrier between us, uniting around a common cause mean with everything else we are going, you can still have those differences, but you can look through a lens and say, you know what? All of us are carrying our children to the cemetery. Whatever community we come from. That's what uniting around a common cause is. Drop the rest of differences and unite around police oppression or state oppression. Otherwise, we're going to lose the battle. Otherwise, we're going to be squeezed until by the time you know it, we end up in a full-fledged authoritarian state where it's what the police says goes. We cannot be silent. We must not be silent because our silence really gives power to them. And if we want to remove their power, we have to break the silence. We can't make them continue like this. Now, there's another few issues in the Jamaica region we need to look at. And keeping on track with the JCF, how does vetting work in Jamaica in these security jobs? Because the JCF seem to have a plethora of criminals and in all areas. The JCF seem to have a plethora of criminals operating, whether be rapists, robbers, scammers, murderers, you name them. How does vetting for the security services really works in our country? Or can we draw inference from their behavior to say that JCF is possible employing criminals in our country? Or is it then that one should ask, is the JCF becoming a crime producer rather than a crime solver in our country? I don't know. But something seems to be going almighty crazy in the JCF. Now we're fully aware of Constable Rowe from the death of his daughter and the conflicting report and all of that. Remember one interview he gave then. But we will wait to see how this recent case developed. But the JCF, and keeping up with the JCF, keeping up with the JCF, another JCF criminal has just been sentenced to life, 35 years, 36 years, or 30 other years minimum before parole. But if I was the judge with the discretion I have, I would have dangled him. Give him life indefinite. Give him life with a minimum of 32 years, but indefinite until he speaks what happened to Donnelly's body. That means after I'm 32 years, he would still be dangling until him say where Donnelly's body is. And keeping up with the JCF as well. I regularly tell Harris Chang, but then again, even yesterday, I was going through my library and listening to the JCF members' discussion of Horace Chang and that container of 200 AK-47. Mr. Chang, you don't sue me, sir. Mr. Chang, I want to play me evidence in a court. And I bet Horace Chang to sue me, no? Somebody, morning, can one know? Horace Chang, me no want you shot me, because I know that you're not good at. Me want me and you trash it out. In a civil lawsuit, Horace Chang. Me want me and you trash it out in a civil lawsuit, because that's the only time the police officers them are going to lose them protection when me I give them with this information. But Horace Chang are desperate for you sue me. Suzette Williams. Because I want to trash it out. Horace Chang. I want to trash it out and the witness stand with you. But how could I be asking the crime producer within our country, the illegal weapon importer, Dr. Horace Chang, Minister of National Security in our country, how could I ask him to train the JCF to do a better job? Don't you think I'm stupid in asking the minister that? I'm drinking papaya leaf tea. Don't you think I'm rather stupid to be asking Dr. Chang, head of the Stone Crusher gang, scammer, illegal gun importer into our country, to change the JCF to behave any better when he is providing illegal guns to Stone Crusher and other gangs across the country? Don't you think that's stupid of me? But our police need training how to deal with all of us. But in particular, to those who are mentally challenged in our country. Too much police shooting mentally challenged people. We cannot. You having certain tea, bro? Why we are happy to tea this morning? We cannot police by the bullet. Otherwise, all of we picking them saying or not saying, I got dead off. What don't say old people are dead? When last time I got old people funeral? When last time I got old people funeral? When was society upside down? Old the pan bed are suffer and young the pan fridge. You see something upside down in our world. Something is upside down in our world. That's why the silence. We must break the silence. We must break the silence. Christopher Townsend. Why you don't? What I should ask him to do now? Why you don't train to be a soldier and go to the Middle East and fight war, Christopher Townsend? You've made enough money. You have garlic and orange peel. You have made enough money, Christopher Townsend, out of Lion's story. You make enough money now out of Lion's story. Drop it. The poor guy don't even have money figure Jamaica appeal. Never mind Fial Mount Privy Council appeal. What grounds is he? What grounds is he going to appeal on? He's not going to appeal the sentence. He's going to appeal the conviction because he's maintaining his innocence. He's maintaining that he's innocent. But him don't realize majority of the evidence out there on him come from him mouth and in him house. They never come from out a bush, pan road, or like that. Them come out of your house or out of your mouth. The key evidences, some of the key evidences against you, come out of your mouth and your house. You professional junkers, because that's what lawyers are. They're legal, they're money vultures, and them come up with fancy legal words and dragons to just draw money out of you and think to say you have any chance of fighting. Drop it, Christopher Townsend. Drop it. Some of the people in the legal profession, too ungodly, support crime too much. The jurors have spoken. Drop it. What the backside when I talk about appeal go? Drop it. Some of the lawyer love to check out this thing just to keep wadding on a pocket. Drop it, Christopher Townsend, and go train for the fight war a big east. Here Donald Trump look help. Here Donald Trump look help. Go on at the Middle East, go fight war and drop it. No. To the Cuban crisis, the Jamaica health crisis, the shame of that Jamaica. The Jamaica who was the first country to stop all its dealings with an apartheid South Africa. Are you aware that Jamaica led the charge against South Africa apartheid? Them time Jamaica was on the world stage and I said, oh, no, wanna come from? Oh, no, no, we don't support them something, yeah. Not so for Andrew Holness, one would argue. The bended knees that our Prime Minister is on, it is not only disheartening, it is, though, what I would call a national security threat or risk. And that national security is in relation to our health. We already, with the support of the Cuban doctors, have a very beleaguered healthcare. I mean, it's just falling over. And then you have a government that is willing to capitulate to the demands of a madman, a rapist, a pedophile, a narcissist who only has 4 years to carry out his tirade if some President Kennedy doesn't get to him before that, one would argue. And our leader decided to walk through the world on his knees because our leader and their political class is saying to us, the people of Jamaica, weigh up the health care of the nation. I think our relationship with a failing United States that is both left, right, and center in a war, we will get to the fall of America and the end of the state of Pigsreal in a bit. But let's stick to the Cuba-Jamaica relationship and the health crisis and the worsening of the Jamaica health crisis, and also the worsening of situation in Cuba, given what the Epstein class pedophiles are carrying out in the region and the world, one would argue. Our leaders, in keeping their good relationship with the United States and maintaining their visa so they can travel to the United States with their money stolen from the people of Jamaica to have private foreign health care. While on the other hand, we have to attend a Cornwall regional of a makeshift makeshift hospital in a refugee camp. We have to visit hospitals which have no diagnostic, no general equipment, very little pharmaceutics, overworked on underpaid staff, or leaders. Divided snakes. That's such a good one. The divided snakes. Our leaders doesn't have to contend with any of the mess, overladen bureaucracy, overworked on underpaid health professional with lack of resources, hospitals without diagnostics and workable theaters, and a makeshift shamble of what we call emergency room, where doctors are treating patients on the floor, even resuscitating them on the floor. Or political class or Epstein class doesn't have to go through that experience, you see. So in making the decision to bow down to the divided snakes, all that was taken into account were their friendly access. That's all. What can America, what workable sanction can America put on anybody? You don't see the same America. I run back to Russia now. Say, Lord God Almighty, oh, help, help, help. I too help them. I look for Russia right now, you know. But when we get to that, when we get to the end of Pigsreal, I wonder if Benjamin Netanyahu, when we case and tell with Netanyahu that we're waiting for rejoice, you know. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. We want to rejoice. Tell us what happened to Netanyahu and stop put out the whole heap of AI if you fool with. We don't know we're not idiots like that. We don't know we're not fool. And we still put out the whole heap of AI. Come on now. But we, the people of Jamaica, will be left to suffer the consequences of the decision taken by our politician to protect their visa and their good relations rather than protecting the health care of the nation. What is going to happen now? The friends of our politicians, or politicians who have all these services that are required in the healthcare, but are out there in the private sector. These people stand a chance to dig out a whole barrage of money from us in the diaspora and from at home. Because a lot of these diagnostic bills or eye care and so on were now withdrawn, where Dr. Tufton and tell we say they have made provision in the private sector. They are going to, bear in mind the high taxes that come with sugar, they are going to reap havoc in our pocket. All of these services that Dr. Tufton now tell we said, they make preparation in the private sector. Who will be picking up the financial bill, Tufton? Maybe somebody needs to ask Tufton if him a go sell back, if him a go carry in girl go put palm pole and dance and sell front till she work back with $80 million. And that Dr. Tufton for answer. Because barring she going palm pole, me don't know if we get it back. But even if she figure palm pole Tufton, we wouldn't want that 80 million there right now to do something worthwhile. And I beg Jamaica people, ask Dr. Tufton and anybody, those of you who have been treated by our Cuban doctors and our Cuban nurses, is there any of you there who've been treated by the bench, you know, the wellness bench, or the dog, you know, Dr. Teddy Box? I be a fucker one in our country, and people sit down and stay silent. Dr. Tufton send a nurse and doctor and care with bench and dog. Isn't this fuckery of a theater? Doesn't that make you angry? When they send home a health professional and care with bench and dog, anybody get treatment from the bench or the dog, please to let us know. Because I'm sure that many Jamaicans can tell you, especially Jamaicans who get the eye care from Cuba. Is there anyone out there who's been treated by the wellness bench or Dr. Teddy Box? We would like to know, because they may be a replacement for our Cuban health professional. You might never know. It's a theater. Me always want to know about the theater of life. Me always want to know about the theater of life. And say, come out of the Jamaica tunnel, because Jamaica is just a little piece of insignificant part in this world. The politics of Jamaica not really going nowhere right here now, barring Jamaica. The politics of Jamaica don't even important over the Caribbean right here now. It's like Jamaica is a wandering sheep. Jamaica, who had a place in the world at one point, have now become a wandering sheep, have now become a lackey, have now become a prostitute, a puppeteer. We're not even in the Pimpinella class anymore. We're not even in the Pimpinella class anymore. We don't know nobody for pimp as a country. I've been a circle, all you do. So anybody get cheated by Dr. Teddy Box or the wellness bench, please to let us know, because we have heard testimonials of many Jamaicans who have been treated by Cuban health professionals, particularly those who were on the eye program. We're going to go blind now with them? So what? We're going to go blind to Tufton provide we bench for sit down pan when we're blind, because that... No, sir, this serious, you know? The people of Jamaica are going to go blind and then they turn up and demonstrate. They make it labor right and PNP. They make it communist and capitalist. But nobody see the blindness ahead. Nobody see the blindness ahead. Nobody see the hope of premature dead baby ahead. Because them specialists, they're gone. So we people them are go blind. We baby them are go dead in a NICU now. You understand the decision what the government make in relation to visa and friendly relation? What friendly relation? America and his mama at big pala right now. America and his brother and sister them cross Europe in a big pala right now. What kind of good relationship you are going to have with America when America hella break loose with America and his mama Britain and all them brother and sister them in Europe? What kind of relationship is Jamaica hoping to foster with America? Because other than the America First health strategy, we're just going to kill off more away. Where's the alternative? So your government now, Andrew Holness is going to hear me. So if you read the America First health strategy and don't come out and come practice no dunceness, coming out there for draw wool over on the eye. Me there for elevate on. Me there for make sure on prepare for when this war done, to move into the new world. Kind of thing to say, when the war done, at the world where we used to, we're going to live in. You know, remember, say, Tikia, you remember after COVID, we weren't living in this. We weren't living in the same world that we lived in before COVID. You remember after 9/11, we weren't living in the same world we lived. If you understand what I mean, Randy, how you do? So prepare on yourself. John Bailey, morning. Sorry, after me come off a year, me realize it was your birthday, let us pause to say happy belated birthday to Joan Bailey. Thank you for being a supporter of Global TV. Wish Joan Bailey a happy belated birthday, globalists.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Today a new year has begun. Today the old chapter is closed. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Today a new year has begun. Today the old chapter is closed. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you now. 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 Hip, 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 hooray. Hip, 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 hooray. Hip, 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 hooray. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip, hip.
Yes, happy birthday, happy belated birthday once again, Joan Bailey. Ladybug, Wagwan, Marcia Thomas, we not turn up late, and I forgot draw back the same thing a little bit. If you watch the first part or not, rewatch it when we're done. But we, the people of Jamaica, we never even show much of a concern towards what is coming, because we think to say there's going to be options. We have been left out in the cold, my people. We have been left at the mercy of us looking after our health. You are what you eat. Our healthcare is depleting. Our healthcare has become an abattoir in our country. Then we must look at the way we eat, isn't it? We have to change the way we eat. We have to plant and eat what we grow. Otherwise, GM food I will kill we off. And when we turn up at the hospital, them just are going to say, all right, that one is suitable for your body bag right now. Because you just have to deal with it as a reality. We cannot continue to eat these bullshit. Those of you who have the ability to plant, what is stopping you? You impatient set of idiots. You have the soil. Yam KFC, yam pizza, yam noodles, yam bun, yam soda. Good God Almighty, when are we going to do something for ourselves and stop sitting down waiting to die? The economy of death. Do you know how death benefits our economy? There's a vast swathe of people that benefits from one dead person. Just for the parliament, his bill depends on how fancy fair of a funeral you want to do. Could be anything from $250,000 upwards. You have the rice man, the meat man, the rum man, the drinks and water and the assorted alcohol man. You are the man who go cut wood and you buy wood for keep grave digging set up. The man will dig grave. The man will make the vault. And you turn to the economy of the local people who come to set up their stall. Do you fucking understand how one of us dead benefits the economy? Never mind. Maybe that's just my silly outrage. Maybe that's just my silly outrage for counting up how nobody looks at us when we are alive. But when we are dead, the entire everybody make money out of when we're dead, you know. Then you wonder why nobody wants us alive. You wonder why nobody wants us alive. Because so much people are making money when we are dead. I mean, if we stop dying, you know, I mean, a lot of people purse dried up. A lot of people purse dried up. What we choose to die. So their purse is getting fatter. I mean, you have the man who rent the tent for the setup. You have the man who rent the chair for the setup. Good God Almighty. You have the different taxi and bus drivers who get a cut for the day to robot people back and forth to funeral. You understand the debt economy? You understand the debt economy. Don't talk about the people that will sell clothes, because we want the best of the best, right? Everybody come out in a them Sunday best and best, right? The hairdressers, the barbers. Good God Almighty. Don't you understand the economy of debt? And we still choose to die. We still choose to just throw it up, give them so. And then our government step in and say, you know what? We're going to walk through this world on our knees. Whether it is bowing down to the Epstein class or the demonics of this world, our government says, on our knees with this Cuban health program.
Why are we taking this risk to anger the United States of America? And the answer is this: we are not angering the United States of America. They are angering themselves. They are not going to tell me what relationship I have with Fidel Castro. We have that friendship with Cuba as part of a world alliance of third world nations that are fighting for justice for poor people in the world. And I tell you as the party leader, as long as this party is in power, we intend to walk through the world on our feet and not on our knees.
Said Michael Manley. We intend to walk through this world on our feet, not on our knees. Andrew Michael Holness, though, does not share this view, as we have seen in relation to the Cuba Jamaica health program. Andrew Holness decided that it's better for me, it's more diplomatically safer for me, security safer for me to walk through the world on my knees. America. Good morning, America. America, are you still there? America, are you still? Because we really cannot hear you. Are you still there? Your line is sort of all over the place. America, are you really still there? Hmm? Because America has been led by a president who says the Iranian bombs that kill many of the US service people that are today walking around without hands and legs and scarred faces. That's our America. For those of you, when I said America starts a war that it will lose, particularly those on Facebook who push back on it, do you still share that same view? Hmm? Do you still push back on what I said, that America has started a war that it will lose? Because those of us who understand what's to come knew America lost the war the first shot they fired. The first shot the Americans fired, they've lost the war. Hmm? Lost it. And it's getting worse. Because this is the first time the Americans have got themselves in a war where, one, they do not have the upper hand. Two, they do not have the major playing cards in the war. And three, they have no say over how and when this war ends. America has never found itself in a more precarious situation than it is. When America gets itself out of this war, that's a when. That's a when America gets itself out of this war. You will see an America that has lost its hegemonic power. America at the moment is being toppled, driven out of Northeast Africa. Some call it the Gulf, some call it Western Asia. For us, though, that is Northeast Africa. The Americans are being pushed literally out of Northeast Africa. They've been destroyed. Iran have decimated all of their major infrastructure across the region. Not only that, but Iran is now strangling Western economy. There's going to be an economic fallout in weeks to come because Donald Trump and Netanyahu, if he is alive, we're not sure. And we really would want to know. We really would want to know. They don't have any plan for this other than what they regularly do is corporate bombing and a show of strength. If you examine the history of America war from Vietnam to the current one, corporate bombing a country, showing your might and force and aerial dominance, does not win a war. And in the middle of this, America has lost, even with their aerial superiority. They have lost because this is a Star Wars, a missile war, a war fought in the skies. It is the first time as well that America is in a war which they really have an opponent. What America would do is disable your Navy and aerial fleet before they even invade you. This time is different. This time, one of the big cards which have a global effect is the economic strangulation of the Strait of Hormuz. The longer that is closed, the economic catastrophe will unfold, and more so for Europe. More so for Europe. America may can back up it big mouth with little Isle for now, and you know them a walk on thief, Venezuela, Island, all sort. So America can back up in big mouth for now. But if you remember in the Ukraine war, the animals of Europe, they all tried to strangulate Russia. And then the Russian economy start to grow because Russia is selling oil to China, India, and all about. And them, the Germany and the rest of them still buy Russia oil on the black market because they can't do without Russia oil. So now Donald Trump run around and beg Putin two things, many things, really. One, to contain the Iranians. Two, to get the Iranians to open the Strait of Hormuz. You know how long Russia want to hold US in a war theater like this? Do you know how long Russia, because remember, Russia grabbed them in a war theater before, and that's what protected Bashar al-Assad until they defeated him when Russia was tied up in Ukraine the other day. Russia was waiting for this long time because Russia knew that Iran prepared for offensive and defensive warfare. Russia was waiting a long time, America, to grab you in a theater like this, where you lose the upper hand of everything. China as well, especially you, Donald Trump. China was waiting on you to test their weaponry and test their satellite. You see how Iran has strike with precision. No, the connected struggles. You may be aware of a story coming out of the Sudan, because you remember two of the genocides that were battling alongside each other was the genocide in Gaza as well as the genocide in Sudan. Now, the genocide in Sudan was supported by a lot of these, what they refer to as perfume princes in Northeast Africa, whether you want to call it Northeast Africa, the Gulf region, West Asia. You know what we are talking about. They were the ones who were propping up the terrorists. They were the ones who were supplying them with arms. But now that Iran has decimated America across the region, have decimated and continue to decimate the state of Israel, which is on its way down, really. Israel is about it falling. Believe you me, it is going down. Because this is not like the 12-day war where the Americans can call for a ceasefire. I would love if you could share your opinion on the impact that this is having on BRICS, since India seems to be. I will get to that in a bit, Cabbage. By the time this war is over, the Palestinians and the Syrians and the Lebanese can literally walk over the border. Because America, unlike the 12-day war, cannot ask for a ceasefire in this, because Iran has given its stipulations. One, withdraw all American military bases and interests from the region. Two, Israel must withdraw to the October 7th or the 67 borders. A two-state solution must be ratified. Reparations of $10 billion must be paid to Iran for sanctions and attack on the Iranian country. And I think an apology for the death of the Ayatollah from Donald Trump as well. Now, with narcissists like Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, they will not meet such demands, such as the public apology one, the withdrawal of the bases, the ratification of a two-state solution. Those are going to allow the war to continue. Now, with US, even though Donald Trump, God knows, hey, America, look at America. Everything is totally and completely obliterated. Military, gone. Navy, gone. Air defense, gone. Missile. So what am I use fight you? One of your sin thing there, you know the sin thing them what we call floating coffin, or me call them flatbed. The flatbed them pan the sea. One of them will come back home, you know. One of them Iran get a piece of lick here, America. Oh, laundry, fire got caught in the laundry. America. You know, Pete Hegseth, or Hogshit, rather, Pete Hogshit. What is he drinking? Don't you ask yourself, what on earth is Hogshit drinking? Poor America. I mean, America is in a very sad state, you know, because when America have a media personality as the war secretary, a national security advisor in big shoes, little hand Marco Rubio, a negotiator in the president's son-in-law. I mean, after Tony Blair murdered millions of people in the Middle East, he became the Middle East peace envoy. What a fucking conundrum, one would ask. The cabbage question. Let me refresh myself on the question. I would love to have you share your opinion on the impact that this is having on BRICS, since India seemed to be gravitating towards US and Israel. Moody, big hug with. Okay. Now, I have never trusted the Indians. For me, the Indians, when it comes to the issue of racism, I've always said to the people, the Indians are much more racist than the Chinese. The Indians, they do have an imperial mindset as well, a superior mindset. I find the Indians in global politics to be fifth columnists. To be a member of BRICS in this open trade war and conventional war against BRICS, because this whole Donald Trump rant started off his jealousy of the Cuban, the Chinese economy. Hence, the attack on Venezuela, the heightening of the sanctions and pending attack on Cuba, the attack now turning from a shit show to a clusterfuck in the region. Now, the Indians played a nasty game the other day which showed their hands. When the Americans sunk the Iranian vessel, who was an invited guest to India on a military exercise, India did little, if anything. It was the Sri Lankans that really stepped in to save about 30 or so men after the rest of them meet their fate. Because the coward Americans, as they always violate international law, after they struck the vessel, they just went off. They never care, violating international law where they should have rescued those. But as we see Donald Trump carrying out the illegal double taps in Caribbean waters, well, when him shoot up a boat, and if the man them not dead and a clutch onto anything, you double tap them again. That's illegal under international law. But what goes so? Is there something called international law? You have your say about it. The Indians, for me, they are fifth columnists. They want to have this friendly relationship with their enemy and friendly relationship with their friend. It does work like that sometimes in global politics, but in a brawl, sometimes you have to pick side. Or when the brawl gets to the public, like it is now, you have to decide where my interest and loyalty lies. And I don't see any of that coming from the Indians as a BRICS member, especially given that they are the ones cheering BRICS at the moment. Iran is still doing good to them, because what Iran is doing, like the Chinese ships and Indian ships, are being let through the strait because it's not closed to friendly countries. It's only closed to the enemies. Now, what this war has done and will do for BRICS, BRICS will come out on top when this war is over. BRICS will be, and has always been, the peacemaker in the United Nations, the global South countries. They are the country that's going to, the globe is going to see trustworthy. Iran is going to, regardless of the brutality carried out by Israel and America in Iran at the moment, Iran is going to come out of this with very powerful influence. Very, very powerful influence, because the world have now seen, and what this will do to the global South, including BRICS. You know that fear of America and its global dominance and its petrodollar, because that is one of the things that BRICS is breaking at the moment, is the petrodollar hegemon, where that oil-rich Northeast Africa, where America have its bases and its perfume princes and all of that. That is what boots and hold the America dollar up in the trade. All of those trade is done in the America dollar, thus the petrodollar. This is what BRICS is collapsing at the moment with this strangulation. Not just the strangulation, but the devastation of America military stronghold across the region. America, on Iran's stipulation, will not be able to put back those bases, which, those bases are to control oil. So the America petrodollar is broken. BRICS is going to come out of this war on top. It may be hard to see now because we have a psyche of America, the American dollar domination and the America weaponry information. The only thing the Americans are going to come out of this with is their grip on information. Remember, they control a vast sway of the world's internet cable. They have all of the media. They control all of the social platforms that we interact on. They have a control and how to control information. That's all them come out of the war with. America will lose its power in that region. Right about now, China, maybe we don't know how that will pan out, but topple the Taiwan issue soon. Because what would embolden China now? America had to move because Iran have decimated America defense systems across the region. America has to now move its defense system from South Korea to Israel to protect Israel. I don't know how long it's going to stay there before Iran mash it up like everything else. Given that Iran fling out the milestone them now, and I start fling proper rock stone and steel ball now. If at the RAF Gerald, one of the flatbed where anyway, you know how far America have to carry back in thing them. Then can you see America go on there, America fire in missile them from over Iran airspace as you hear them are going. You see, that's why they might get shoot down over places like Iraq and Kuwait. This is why they might get shoot down over places like Iraq and Kuwait, because all you hear Donald Trump and Pete Hugshit I tell we so they control the skies over Iran. No go so. Them a fire fan them ship them a fire fan them submarine, and them a fire fan outside Iran airspace. Israel is taking lick at Mickey's tell we about Benjamin Netanyahu. BRICS will come out of this. What we will not have with BRICS, though, we will not have the hegemonic mentality. BRICS is more of multipolarism, where you're powerful and sovereign within your region, and we all work together. That's what BRICS is about. Unlike where America said, I am the big daddy, you're all my little sluts out here. We won't have that with BRICS. We'll have different powerful regions. But as for the Indians, they, for me, are the fifth columnists in the BRICS region, and they are the one to watch because they want to rival China as well. And China is not really on the rivalry. The Chinese are very smart and strategic. Now, why I don't have problem with the Chinese, I more have problem with our African and Caribbean leaders per se when they're making all these trade deals and all these economic ties, memorandum of misfucking understanding, or all of that. Because these are really memorandum of misunderstanding. It is our government that should go into a negotiation with our interests. Chinese are not going in negotiation with our interests. They're going into a negotiation with their interests. Let me go on the migrant issue here a bit. Now, we talk about how Chinese coming into a country and taking over. Similarly, it is the same argument here where white people talk, so we black and brown people come into their country and taking over. No, this all to do with the partnership memorandum of understanding, trade deal, and all sort of deal where our governments are make, we're cut with out of the dealings. Because take our experiences, for example. When we come to a foreign country, we not come for Tanadot. We not come for Tanadot. We come to improve. So we have to use that and judge the Chinese them relationship, the Chinese them behavior. It is different with them than us. When we go abroad, we go as a single one person. The Chinese go abroad, they go as the state of China. Similarly, this is the problem the Americans have with the Cuban program. The Cubans go abroad, they go as Cuba. They don't go. You see this oneness, this nuclear family where Margaret Thatcher and the Holy Pa them push up and this broke us down. This broke us down for go focus on where within the walls where we live in. We need to break out of these nonsense. But to answer your question, BRICS is going to come out of this better economically, influence-wise, because Russia oil is selling. Russia oil is selling right now, and it is going to sell more. You know, South Africa and the BRICS. I really want leadership in South Africa to change because a Julius Malema at the lead in a developing global South. South Africa ought to have a stronger voice in BRICS. Ramaphosa, for me, though, is not that leader, especially for one who comes from the anti-apartheid era. So I think for South Africa to have that voice that South Africa deserves to have in BRICS, we need Ramaphosa to go. But let me tell you, America is not losing this war. America has already lost this war. The question is, will there be a viable state called the state of Pigsreal at the end of all of this? Thank you very much for being here with us this morning. Lovely to have your support as always. If you have not yet hit the like button, please do so. If you have not yet subscribed, what on earth are you waiting for? We will guarantee to be back tonight, even though we're busy, but we're going to have our show tonight. So make sure, even if you don't get a notification because YouTube are play with me thing, you make sure you come out. It's 11 p.m. my time, about 6, 5, 7, I don't know what time of the world it is, because I didn't change the time, so we can't keep up. We can't keep up with the change of time in this world. It's not real. Is there going to be a it's not real state? The state of the it's not real is. But on the case we want fix Benjamin Netanyahu funeral. We want fix a befitting funeral. for Benjamin Netanyahu. We want to bring out blood. We want to bring out skull. We want to bring out limb. So 5 o'clock Eastern time in the foreign country, and 6 o'clock Eastern time in the foreign countries, and 5 p.m. Eastern time in Jamaica. That's 11 p.m. over here. So when we celebrate Benjamin Netanyahu funeral, we'll come out with everything. We'll come out with skull. We'll come out with babies blown up. We'll come out with babies being shot in the line waiting for food. We'll come out with demolished building. We'll come out with a whole demolished. We'll come out with everything. So when I make you still with Netanyahu living, I tell you what do him. But the whole heap of AI them wanna put out here, no cut it. Why find Iran bomb on intelligence and underground bunker? Everything just gone silent. So Donald Trump, your time are coming. 7 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Donald Trump, your time are come. What are they when we buck up you? You think this time it go pinch up on your ears? This time it may go on your 2 eye. You might never know if you look straight at it. Anyway, globalists, may we see you later. Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV. And remember, never be silenced against corruption, injustice, and criminality.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So that's why I as a watchman, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war and crime. Fight down, listen Rastafari. War and crime and do the righteousness. And we love and we love Jaja. And we love Jaja. Save all people. And we love Jaja. We love Jaja. We love Jaja. Save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as a watchman, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I and I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night, we gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah Rastafari. We love war, and we love Jah. Me love Jaja, me love Jaja, Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jaja, Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.